Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me for today's video. This is a Friday Sews video, so as always a huge thank you to Jen from Today and Jen Sewing for setting up this hashtag. But I imagine Jen wanted us to bring these videos out on a Friday, and it is definitely not a Friday, so I do apologise for that, but I still love the format, which is where we can share what we have been sewing, what we will be sewing, and a little bit of life as well. And it is the life portion that has delayed this video. I really wanted to get this out to you to show you what I've been sewing, what I've been getting up to with the knitting and stitching, but the back to school bugs have hit the French Seams household. So younger French Seams was poorly, older French Seams was poorly, then younger French Seams kind of got poorly again. So it's been a week. They're both well on the mend now. They're both perfectly fine now. They're in great form. But yeah, that has delayed things slightly. I have been doing a little bit of sewing, but I've been pretty tired. You know, the usual getting up in the middle of the night to check them, that kind of stuff. So it kind of brings me back to night feed days. So yeah, pretty tired. A couple of little bags under the eyes, a lot of makeup, but so I am back because I'm really excited about sharing this video with you. So hopefully everybody will agree that Friday Sews doesn't have to be on a Friday, right? So anyway, let's get started. So I would like to show you what I've been sewing, then I'll share with you some plans, and I'll also get into the knitting and stitching, which is wonderful, by the way, spoiler alert. So to start off with, I will show you what I'm wearing, and this is a brand new make, and isn't it just fabulous? It's so bright and so cheerful. It is the most gorgeous fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. So it is kind of a viscose fabric, but it's got little lurex threads in it, not one bit scratchy. It's absolutely perfect. I love this. I love how it came out. It's so fun. I'm a brand ambassador for Rainbow Fabrics, so I'll pop my code along here, Rachel !VIP, which will give you 20% off site-wide, and I'll link all that below as well. So it's just the most wonderful shirt pattern. It is the Friday, I keep calling them Friday Mood. It's Fibremood ermine blouse. Ermine, and I had my eye on it for a long time. I think the style lines on this are really pretty. I love the neckline. I think it's nice with a little necklace. It's got a button placket, tricky to see here, but it does have a V here with gathering. Then it's also got a back yoke with gathering, and it has 3/4 length sleeves, I think, and I did lengthen them, but they're still not quite long enough, but I think I'll get away with it. I lengthened them by 1.5 inches because I wanted to put in some elastic, but I don't think I lengthened quite enough, but never mind. The length is pretty good on me. I made a size medium according to my measurements. So I've just tucked it into my beloved Ash jeans. So I just love how this came out. The only other difference I made was I cut 2 back yokes. So I've done the burrito method on the inside, so it's all nice and enclosed. And then I've got beautiful Ethel and Joan buttons. I'll show you more of these later. I've got a little rosy cheeks label at the back, and I've got Specky seamstress binding as always. So all the lovely stuff, So yeah, absolutely love how this came out. It's got some slight gathering on the shoulders here as well. So just a really pretty blouse, and it's just so bright and so fun and so cheerful for this time of the year. I think you could pop it on with a little, I think I have a navy cardigan and Blackwood cardigan, or maybe a little Marlowe cardigan would be very cute. But yeah, delighted, and it's so bright and so fun, and I love it. So that was one little thing I got made up. What else have I been doing? I've been doing some quilting. So I have done another the word has gone for me, foundation paper piece block. So I've done another little fox, which I think is really cute. So I've done 5 of these now. So this is all to form part of a quilt for my baby nephew for Christmas. Hopefully I get it done. So I've now done 5 blocks, and I would like to do 12, I think. So yeah, need to do a lot more. Very cute pattern. It's by June and Mae. I'll link that below. And another thing I got made up was something to carry my blocks in. So this is a little, and it does have a zip here. This is a little, what would you call it? Like a little project bag maybe. So very cute. And I've got my little bear in here. So if I take these things out, it's where I've been keeping all my blocks, which is great. So I was at the Knitting and Stitching Festival, which I'll talk to you more about, and I bought this fabulous heart vinyl. Isn't this gorgeous? I'd never had vinyl before, and I was really keen to use it straight away when I got home. So I made myself a little project bag, little zip, little made by me label here, and the very lovely Sam from Solis Work with Sam calls these mistake blankets, which is just wonderful because I had a little seam there, and now I've just hidden it with a label. Win. So it's got the most beautiful handle, which is kind of a partly quilted handle, which I'd never seen before. This is from a blog post called by So Can She. I'll link that below for a little project bag. Really, really good. It comes in 3 sizes. I think this is the large one. It's about 12 by 12, but really, really nice instructions. It's fully bound all the way along the outside, lovely zip and beautiful handle, as I said. And then the back, if you might remember, my summer holidays, I started doing some hexies, just hand sewing hexies while I was on my holidays, and I finally found a use for them. So I quilted these little squiggles. You can really see better on the inside. I've got little squiggles all the way along here. It's just pink on the inside, and I think this makes a really cute project bag. And now I can keep my lovely blocks in it when I go to my quilting class, and I think it's really cute, and I was so delighted to do this vinyl. So that's another thing I got made up. Another thing using vinyl, which is just perfect timing as well. And this week, the very lovely Adam from Adam Sews has released his caddy packer. Be very careful how you say that. This is my maker's caddy from Adam Sews that I made in September time, I think. And now he's come up with another pattern which fits inside, which is called the caddy packer. So you can see that I've used the same fabric here, the beef fabric, with my squiggles. It's got a lovely little zip. It's again fully bound, and I've matched it with the same Made by Me label here, which matches the front of my maker's caddy, and also that, so there's a whole kind of cohesive theme going on. I've got my little cut pieces for my class this week. We're making a little patchwork cushion, so I've got them all tucked away in here nicely. Neatly. That was nicely and neatly, by the way. And little bees in here, and this is his little caddy packer, and it's just been released. I'll link it below, and it fits very, very perfectly into your maker's caddy. So I am all set, and I absolutely love these. Really quick to make, really beautiful pattern, and yeah, just absolutely love it. And I'm all totally on the bee theme. So that was another little make, and used up more of my little vinyl, which I really should have bought more of, but I think I bought the last of it. So that was another little thing I got made up. Was that my only sewing this week? It was. So will I let you know how I got on at the knitting and stitching? So I'll scroll back on my very analogue notebook. So the Knitting and Stitching Festival was brilliant. It was in Belfast, so it hasn't been on the island, shall we say, since 2019, which is when it was last held in Dublin in the RDS, which I went to, which is really good. So the RDS is a big kind of showground. It has a big kind of exhibition hall, and it was really good, but Belfast was just exceptional. It really, really was. So where it was in Belfast was in the Titanic Quarter. So it's out kind of that direction by the big Titanic exhibition, and I think there's a Game of Thrones thing out there as well. So very, very easy to get to, and a wonderful, wonderful space. So I got the train up on the Friday, and I was very lucky to meet the lovely Amanda there, and we sat and chatted for the entire way up to Belfast. So I felt really, really sorry for the other guy at our table. I'm really hoping he had AirPods in, because we chatted for the entire length of the journey about sewing, about patterns, about hacking, about fabric. It was just marvelous. The train trip absolutely flew. So thank you, Amanda. It was just so nice to catch up with you again. So we landed in Belfast, and I couldn't check into my hotel, but I left my bag there, and then I just walked across to the Titanic exhibition, and I met my lovely aunt there. We went for a nice lunch, which was really, really nice, and then both of us headed across into the TEC, the exhibition, and it was just wonderful. So I got there late afternoon, which was actually pretty good because it was really, really quiet, and I think earlier in the day it had been busy, but about 3 o'clock in the afternoon it was lovely and quiet, and I did a wonderful recce of the whole place. Walked around at my leisure. It was just wonderful. Kind of looked at all the stalls, about the layout. It's basically one big rectangle, so you get your bearings very, very easily. It's not like Stitch where there's an upstairs and a downstairs and little bits here and there and everywhere. There's just one big hall, which is really great, and everything was laid out beautifully. I thought there was lots of space. It was really, really nice. So I met some very, very lovely people. So if you were there and you came up, thank you so much. I love when people come up to say hi. It's really interesting because I was just walking around on my own because I'm a terrible shopper. I'm far better off on my own. I just delay people. So I was just walking around on my own, and I'd look up and somebody would kind of give me a little look, and then they'd come over and introduce themselves, and I just loved it. Thank you very, very much. I loved meeting all of you, both on the Friday and the Saturday. So thank you so much. Never be shy to come up and say hello. I love it. And so I got to meet people who I'd never met before, but knew online. Then I got to meet people who I had been chatting to for a long, long, long time. Finally got to meet them in person, which was wonderful. And then obviously people who I do know and got to meet them again. So a whole host of meeting people, which was just wonderful. And I just loved every second of it. So I also met one lovely subscriber who gave me some fabric. So Alison, thank you very, very much. This was just a complete surprise and just lovely. Thank you very much. It was so lovely to meet you. She gave me this. Isn't this wonderful? She knows my boys love dinosaurs. and I love green, and this is Dinosaur Christmas cotton jersey, and there's a good amount here, there really is. So I just love it. Thank you very, very much. And this is already going to good use because I have a cheeky little collaboration coming out in a few weeks, so stay tuned on that. But thank you very much for this fabric. Very, very gratefully received. Thank you very, very much. So that was very exciting. On the Friday, I wore my lovely new Ella dress. So I'll link my Friday sews below where I talk about the Ella dress. It's a fabulous dress pattern by the Dutch Passion Studio that's going to be re-released in March. So I'll keep you posted. Wonderful pattern. And the fabric was the most gorgeous viscose satin from Harrie Bosch, also based in Eindhoven. Gorgeous. I loved wearing it. I was really comfortable. Fabulous pockets. I just loved wearing it. And then after the show, I went for dinner with a few lovely sewing people. So I'll pop in a picture here. Again, people I had met before, people I hadn't. It was just wonderful. We had the most lovely evening. So thank you very, very much, ladies. So that was day one. I did do a little bit of shopping, but more on that later. Then day two, I went back to the TEC again for day two. I love going for 2 days. It's such an indulgence, but day one, you kind of get your bearings. And then by day two, I had my map out. Everybody I wanted to go visit. Brilliant. So that day I wore my York pinafore, which was again another recent make, Helen's Closet York pinafore that I was very lucky to win a PDF from the lovely Teresa, lost my thread, on her recent 10k subscriber video. And it was in a beautiful wool from Rainbow Fabrics. Loved wearing it, absolutely loved it. So comfortable. Again, wore it with a Freya cowl. And I also had a matching tote bag with that as well that I just self-drafted to match, and that was really handy because it carried a load, and it did need to carry a load, let's just say that straight off the bat. So loved wearing that. On the Saturday I went to a little demonstration, so I didn't book into any of the workshops or anything, but I did manage to get a demonstration and it was wonderful. It was on clamshell patchwork. It was by a lovely lady called Molly Brown. I think I'll pop in the picture of one of her things here, and it was a little clamshell patchwork which I hadn't really heard of until that morning when I googled it, but I was able to watch the demonstration. It was really, really interesting, and just you can do the most incredible stuff with it. It was just fabulous. So really enjoyed that. Over the 2 days, I think I walked about 15,000 steps between walking around the exhibition and walking to and from the hotel. So I was pretty exhausted when I got home on the Saturday night, but totally elated after a wonderful, wonderful time. So will I show you what I got? So to start off with, I was quite good to myself. I needed to replenish my stash a little bit, and then there were some things that I really wanted to look at in person, and so yes, I did treat myself ever so slightly, but this is my wonderful hobby. I love it, and I love everything I got. So just as a small caveat. So I got a number of little haberdashery items. So the first place I went to was the Quilted Bear, because, and I think, let me just find it. Because what I really needed was a mini rotary cutter, and I'm hoping it's in here to hand somewhere. It is. So my mini rotary cutter broke spontaneously a few weeks ago. I have no idea what happened. Just every piece of it fell apart. So I said, right, well, I have to buy one of those. So I got the most cute little baby rotary cutter, which is fabulous for my foundation paper piecing because you don't want the big bulky ones. This has worked out really, really well. Love that. And it's pink. And then I got a little quilting ruler. It's from the Quilted Bear. They had a fabulous stall there actually, and this is just a 5.5 inch by 5.5, which again is really, really useful. So love that. Been getting an awful lot of use out of that already. They're going straight into my caddy. Obviously Ethel and Joan, Jenerates and Little Rosy Cheeks. They were all in a little stall, which was wonderful. So I got to meet Louise and Jen and Victoria, which was just wonderful. I love their stall. It was just fabulous. So Ethel and Joan first, and I got these beautiful goldy buttons, so quite similar to the ones I bought at Stitch Festival, except the ones at Stitch I think were rose goldy. These are more goldy, and as you can see they've already been used because I popped them onto this blouse, which I think matches perfectly. The thing I love about going to the shows is you can say, I have this fabric, what buttons will match? So Louise helped me on these, which I just love. Thank you very much. And then I saw these at Stitch and didn't buy. There's a theme here of things I didn't buy at Stitch Festival and have regretted ever since. So now I was able to make up for that at this festival, which is great. And I bought these beautiful cloud ones. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Little gold and silver flecks in them and on a dark grey background. I think they're beautiful, and I have a little plan for these, which I'll share with you shortly. All of these things have plans. As always, I never buy without intent. So, Jenerates. And definitely this is one thing that I didn't buy at Stitch and have regretted it, and have now rectified that. And it is her hot hammer, which is fabulous. So she has a new one out, which is the curvy one, but I just wanted the standard one, and I've already used this on this to hem it, which is wonderful. And basically you can iron over this to do nice neat hems. And I got the one, oh, it's backwards. I got the one in inches, which is really, really useful. So love that. Then little rosy cheeks, obviously you know I love a label, and I got a good few. So of course she always pops in a little freebie, which I love. I got these ones which say making waves. I got these ones which are in my ermine blouse, which say look for glimmers, which I love. And then these ones I just had to. They say made to party, so that's definitely going to be some sort of Christmas ensemble, and they're glittery as well. And these ones, they're kind of different ones. They say things like made by my hands, made by me, made for me, that kind of stuff, which is wonderful. And then this one, which is really, really cool. It's a little handmade, I should have opened this for you. It's kind of one of those spiky ones. I'll see, can I pop in a picture here? A spiky bag one, and it says handmade in gold. It's kind of a metalized one. Really cool. So I picked up that as well, because that's going in a bag I'm making very shortly. So that was Little Rosy Cheeks. What else? Then I went to a place called Oh So Sweet Shop, which I hadn't heard of before. They have the most wonderful bag making stuff, an awful lot of that by Annie stuff, but really nice shop. And I met the two owners, really nice. And that's where I found my lovely vinyl. And as you can see, this is all I have left of it. So they literally had this much, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it, because I wanted vinyl for ages. So it's got little hearts in it, which is really cute, and non-directional, which is very useful. So I got this, and my sewing machine has mixed feelings about sewing with it, but we're working on that. Then I also picked up this, which I think is really cool, and it's a kind of a leatherette, but it's kind of a rainbowy pink leatherette, which is really cool. And this is the underside of a kind of furry. I've never sewn with this before, and this is going to be a little bag of some description. So but I think this is really, really cool, and I was keen to try this as well, just as something different. So that was Oh So Sweet Shop. The next one was another new to me shop, and it's called the Sewing Sanctuary, and they do lovely bag making stuff, and they have their own fabric line as well, I believe. So from there I got, this is going to be really noisy, more continuous zips. You know I love them. This is a beautiful teal one for a project that I'll show you shortly, and navy rainbows, because everybody needs a navy rainbow zip. Apologies, it's really noisy. Then all kinds of D-rings, sliders, all that kind of stuff, which I use all the time and never seem to have on hand, so love getting those. Various webbings, again this is for a bag I'm making shortly, and then I had to get the pink one just because it's lovely, basically. And then these I was very happy to see. So if you watched my necklace caught in hair, if you watched my A Gift to November vlog, which I'll put up a link to it down below, and hopefully up here, hopefully I can figure out how to do that. The wonderful Alison hosting the challenge A Gift to November 24 to sew up your Christmas gifts ahead of time. I mentioned that I wanted to make a pot holder, which is, you know, if you go to a party or whatever, you want to bring a cake, and you can, not a pot holder, a pie holder, and you can carry it. And they had recommended some sort of wipe clean fabric. I didn't know what that meant, but I was really keen to try and find some, and I didn't really want the oilcloth because I think that's very, very thick. So at the Sewing Sanctuary, they had, I think they call it, oh, I've forgotten what they called it now. Something laminate. Anyway, basically it's, and the lady next to me when I was queuing to pay was like, oh, it's like the stuff you make bibs out of, and she was dead right. So this is it. It's kind of a wipey, clean, shiny kind of fabric, but it's really cool. So these are fat quarters, and I think they had a deal on 4 of them. So I am very happy that I found this to put inside my little pie holders. So pie carriers. I've forgotten what I called them. So little cloudy one. Then obviously I had to get the dinosaur one, which is super cute. And then this, which they also had in a jersey, which was gorgeous. So penguins, seagulls, birds, and then obviously had to get the bees. So I was really, really happy to find this, really cool. And I love that about shows, that you see things that you ordinarily wouldn't know what to look for or what to get. So that was marvellous. So that was all my kind of little hardware kind of stuff. Then fabric. So I got a few bits and pieces of fabric. So shall I show you? So I went to Stitch Fabric. So Stitch Fabric's online, but they are Rosenberg and Sons in real life. And I picked up some really great things. So the first was this. Wow. So I had seen this on Instagram before I went, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. So total Barbie vibes. I love it. So it's kind of just sequins, it has a nap, so it goes down that way. And I would love to make this into, I don't know, do I have enough for a little mini skirt? I don't think I do. But what I was thinking was putting this as a little panel on a pink sweatshirt. I think it would look really cool and really festive. So I love that colour. So I think I just got half a metre of this, but I think it's really, really cute. So I couldn't leave that behind me. And then I also got this. So this would be from a very famous shop in London, and it just gives me Catherine Server to Makery vibes completely. I love it. It is beautifully soft. I mean, beautifully soft. So I just got a metre of this, and it is going to be a Donny shirt. It just has to be a Donny shirt. Maybe not until next year. A bit cold for a short sleeve Donny at the minute, but it is just beautiful, and those little flowers are just gorgeous. So I had to get a bit of that. Really for that. Oh, it just feels so beautiful. And then this, because you know I adore green, and I'm currently going through a batwing moment. So if you watched my video last week, I made the Chasing Butterflies batwing top by Pattern Emporium. By Pattern Emporium? Yes, I think it is. And it is just it feels like a modal jersey. But it's in a dark green colour, a little bit like my sleeveless Keela that I made during the summer. But I just think this would make a beautiful batwing, and I might do some sort of matching cowl or something with it, but I think this is just beautiful. I love it. I really, really love it. Next up was, where is it now? Rainbow Fabrics. And as I mentioned before, so you can use a code for 20% off their website, but I had to get little snowmen. Utterly adorable, very cute little Christmas crafty projects. More on that shortly. Then 2 more pieces, and I am now firmly in the leopard print camp. I really am. I resisted for so long, and I don't know why. So this is still damp because I washed it. Look at this. Isn't this just fabulous? This is a viscose satin, and these are going to make the most incredible pair of pajama bottoms. So it's been washed and it's just waiting to be cut up. These are going to be the Arden pants. So I made the Arden pants by Helen's Closet a good bit during the summer. I think I made 2 pairs of trousers and 1 pair of shorts out of the pattern. Love it. But I'm just going to take off the pockets and just use these as a basis as a pajama bottom pattern. I think it would be fabulous, and this is good drape and weight to it and everything. Gorgeous. So I'm literally just watching that dry. Hurry up. And then the last thing is going to be part of my Christmas outfit, and it is this. So it's this kind of furry, fuzzy, goldy, whitey, polar berry, whatever you want to call it, fabric, and it's just the coolest thing ever. And this is going to be a little mini skirt for Christmas Day, and I'm going to use the Maison Fauve grenadine pattern that I made last week. But isn't that just so cool? I will have to line it because it's quite sheer, but I think this would make the cutest mini skirt for Christmas. I absolutely love it. So that was really unusual. So that was one little bit I got. Not too much left, I promise. The next one is, and again it's straight off the line, and I'm just really want these to dry. This fabric, and it is this way, and it's a beautiful grey. I literally visited this for the whole weekend. I think I walked past it about 17 times, and even when I bought it, the guy was like, I saw you visiting that fabric, and I was like, yeah, I was just biding my time. So beautiful knit fabric with glitter in it. As you know, I love anything with glitter, and I think this is just going to have to be another batwing top. I love that pattern so much. So I have it in a modal jersey, I'll have it in that jersey, and then I'll have it in a more kind of heavier knit as more kind of a jumper thing. But yeah, I'm just obsessed with that pattern. I love it. I think it would look lovely with my ash jeans, with a pair of black jeans. I think this would be just gorgeous. So again, really want this to dry. And then last but not least, so not too bad, is these 2 pieces of fabric from the Crafty Studio. And look at these again with the glitter. These are just beautiful. So these are 2 jerseys. This is a rib with glitter in it, beautifully soft. And then this is the most gorgeous fleeced back jersey. So if I show you the back of it, isn't that just divine? Look how gorgeous and soft that is. A grey background and lovely, lovely squishy. And I think both of these look beautiful together, because if you've seen a recent pattern by Maison Fauve, they've just come out with a Ressac, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, the Ressac sweatshirt. Absolutely gorgeous. If you pop over to Cara So Mad, she just made one, and it is just divine. So you can tell that I've got the ribbing and I've got the sweatshirting. The Ressac is a fabulous new pattern. It's got a neckband, it's got kind of darts at the neckline, and then it's got pockets, but it's got rib detail all the way down the side. It looks absolutely beautiful, and it's got front, not kind of kangaroo pockets, but kind of inseam pockets in the front. It was beautiful. So I think it got released the Friday I went to Knitting and Stitching, so I had my eye on fabrics I could get for this, and I think these are just beautiful. So now with the Crafty Studio, if you use the code The French Seams, I'll pop it down here, my channel, you get 20% off all the jersey, and that's running until the 30th of November. So I'd encourage you to pop over and take a look at their fabulous jerseys there as well. But don't these look absolutely beautiful together? So that's hopefully going to be a Ressac coming very, very soon. So that was my little haul. So some beautiful, beautiful pieces, some wintry, some summery, some gorgeous haberdashery. So I'm just so pleased. I just had the best time. I met the nicest people. I had a wonderful time in the up in Belfast, surrounded by wonderful like-minded people. I got some quilting bits, I got some dressmaking bits. Just a wonderful, wonderful time. I loved it, and it is coming back again next year, and I will be there for sure. So that was my wonderful time at the knitting and stitching. So if you have any questions on those, please leave me a comment in the comment box below. You know how much I love having the chats. So plans. So I've showed you some of my plans for my batwing, for my pajamas. I'll be doing more of my quilting stuff, so I'll let you know about that next week. There is one very, very exciting thing that I'm doing this week. So I am going to a sewing retreat, and I am just beyond excited. This is such a luxury to head away with some very, very lovely sewing people, and we're just going to sew and chat. I cannot wait. So I'm going away to that this weekend. So a whole host of very, very lovely sewing friends. So I can't wait for that. And I've got some plans. I want to make a bag. I want to make the Slouchy shopper. If you cast your mind back to when the lovely Sarah in Complete Stitches released that pattern, I'll pop in a picture here. I've got the most beautiful fabric for that. So I'll show you here as my whole pile folds over. Gorgeous fabric that I want to make that pattern out of. I was very, very lucky to win this fabric as part of a giveaway she was doing. This is by Spreefee Fabrics, absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so looking forward to getting this started. So now you can tell why I've got this beautiful webbing and zip. I also want to really, really crack on with all my gift November makes. So I want to do the pie holder. I want to do more ouch pouches, which a few of them have been popping up on Instagram, which I love. Thank you very, very much. And just all little bits and bobs like that. And I want to make a few gifts, little zipper pouches, all that kind of stuff, your little bags. So really, really excited to seeing lovely sewing people and having a really lovely weekend. So I think I should leave it there. I hope this hasn't been too long for you. If you like this video, I would love it if you give me a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. I am inching towards 7,000 subscribers, which is really, really exciting. So if you watch my channel and you have realized that you aren't a subscriber, I would love it if you would click that subscribe button, and I would love to hit that really, really cool milestone. That would just make my day. It'd be wonderful. I love doing these videos. I love the friends I've made from this channel. I love having the chats, and also if my subscriber account grows, it just means I'm doing the right thing, which is wonderful, which is very, very encouraging to me. So on that note, I will leave you go. Thank you very, very much for watching. As always, I hope you have time for some lovely, lovely sewing wherever you are in the world, and I will hopefully catch you again in a video very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.